This stock may move very much during a day, volatility, and with a very large prediction interval from the Bollinger Band, the stock is considered to be very high risk. During the last day, the stock moved $16.67 between high and low, or 96.19%. For the last week, the stock has had a daily average volatility of 30.27%. OUR recommended stop loss, $30.33, minus 5.78%. This stock has very high daily movements, and this gives very high risk. There is a sell signal from a pivot top found 38 days ago. Big movements in Wunong Net Technology Company Limited stock price on Friday, moving 96.19% between high and low, updated on February 12, 2021 by candidate since 2021 02 to 12. The Wunong Net Technology Company Limited stock price gained 102.33% on the last trading day, Friday, 12 February 2021, rising from $15.91 to $32.19, and has now gained 3 days in a row. It will be exciting to see whether it manages to continue gaining or take a minor break for the next few days. During the day, the stock fluctuated 96.19% from a day low at $17.33 to a day high of $34. The price has been going up and down for this period, and there has been an 80.13% gain for the last 2 weeks. Volume has increased on the last day along with the price, which is a positive technical sign, and, in total, 20 million more shares were traded than the day before. In total, 21 million shares were bought and sold for approximately $688.59 million. The stock lies in the middle of a very wide and falling trend in the short term, and further fall within the trend is signaled. Due to the high volatility and the trend direction, we are not able to give forecast range for this stock. Signals in forecast: Wunong Net Technology Company Limited stock holds buy signals from both short and long-term moving averages, giving a positive forecast for the stock, but the stock has a general sell signal from the relation between the two signals, where the long-term average is above the short-term average. On corrections down, there will be some support from the lines at $18.11 and $27.33. A breakdown below any of these levels will issue sell signals. Furthermore, there is a buy signal from the 3 months moving average convergence divergence (MACD). Volume is rising along with the price. This is considered to be a good technical signal. Some negative signals were issued as well, and these may have some influence on the near short-term development. A sell signal was issued from a pivot top point on Thursday, December 17, 2020, and so far it has fallen -73.7224%. Further fall is indicated until a new bottom pivot has been found. Support, risk, and stop loss in the downside. The stock finds support just below today's level from accumulated volume at $29.50 and $29.09. There is natural risk involved when a stock is testing a support level, since if this is broken, the stock then may fall to the next support level. In this case, Wunong Net Technology Company Limited finds support just below today's level at $29.50. If this is broken, then the next support from accumulated volume will be at $29.09 and $25.40. This stock may move very much during a day, volatility, and with a very large prediction interval from the Bollinger Band. The stock is considered to be very high risk. During the last day, the stock moved $16.67 between high and low, or 96.19%. For the last week, the stock has had a daily average volatility of 30.27%. OUR recommended stop loss, $30.33, minus 5.78%. This stock has very high daily movements, and this gives very high risk. There is a sell signal from a pivot top found 38 days ago. Is Wunong Net Technology Company Limited stock A by several short-term signals are positive. Despite the stock being in a falling trend, we conclude that the current level may hold a buying opportunity, as there is a fair chance for stock to perform well in the short term. We have upgraded our analysis conclusion for this stock since the last evaluation from a sell candidate to a buy candidate. Current score, 1.100. Predicted opening price for Wunong Net Technology Company Limited of Tuesday, February 16, 2021. The predicted opening price is based on yesterday's movements between high, low, and the closing price. Fair opening price February 16, 2021. Current price $27.84, $32.19, overvalued. WNW is overvalued compared to its price of $32.19 per share, has well below average safety, and is currently rated a sell. Recommendation: Rec reflects the cumulative effect of all the vector-based parameters working together. These parameters are designed to help investors buy safe, undervalued stocks, rising in price. Value current price. $32.19 current value. $2.97 WNW has a current value of $2.97 per share, compared to a price of $32.19 per share. This stock is currently overvalued. Value is computed from forecasted earnings per share, forecasted earnings growth, profitability, interest, and inflation rates. Upside potential. Relative value RV very POORRV is an indicator of long-term price appreciation potential. WNW has an RV of 0.14, which is very poor on a scale of 0.00 to 2.00. This indicator is far superior to a simple comparison of price and value because it is computed from an analysis of projected price appreciation 3 years out, AAA corporate bond rates, and risk. Safety. Relative safety RS very poor is an indicator of risk. WNW has an RS rating of 0.34, which is very poor on a scale of 0.00 to 2.00. RS is computed from an analysis of the consistency and predictability of a company's financial performance, debt-to-equity ratio, sales volume, business longevity, price volatility and other factors. Timing. Relative timing RT very POORRT analyzes a stock's price trend. WNW has a relative timing rating of 0.21, which is very poor on a scale of 0.00 to 2.00. RT is computed from an analysis of the direction, magnitude, and dynamics of a stock's price movements day over day, week over week, quarter over quarter and year over year. If a trend dissipates, RT will gravitate toward 1.00. Overall rating. Value safety timing VST very poor is the master indicator for ranking every stock in the vector-based database. WNW has a VST rating of 0.25, which is very poor on a scale of 0.00 to 2.00. VST is computed from the square root of a weighted sum of the squares of RV, RS, and RT. Stocks with the highest VST ratings have the best combinations of value, safety and timing. Stop price. $35.27 stop is an indicator of when to sell a position. WNW has a stop of $35.27 per share. A stock's stop is computed from a 13-week moving average of its closing prices and is fine-tuned according to the stock's fundamentals. CI Comfort Index very poor C is an indicator which reflects a stock's ability to resist severe and/or lengthy price declines. WNW has a SI rating of 0.30, which is very poor on a scale of 0.00 to 2.00. SI is based solely upon a stock's long-term price history. GRT Earnings growth rate. GRT reflects a company's 1 to 3 year forecasted earnings growth rate in percent per year. WNW has a forecasted earnings growth rate of 1.00%, which VectorVest considers to be poor. EPS, earnings per share. EPS stands for leading 12 months earnings per share. WNW has a forecasted EPS of -5 cents per share. VectorVest determines this forecast from a combination of recent earnings performance and traditional fiscal and/or calendar year earnings forecasts. PE, price to earnings ratio. PE shows the dollars required to buy $1 of earnings. WNW has a PE of -643.80. The average PE of all the stocks in the VectorVest database is 70.60. A, earnings yield. A reflects earnings per share as a percent of price. WNW has an A of -0.16%. This is below the current average of 1.42% for all the stocks in the VectorVest database. GPE, growth to PE ratio. Dividend. VectorVest reports annual, regular, cash dividends as indicated by the most recent payments. Special distributions, one-time payments, stock dividends, etc., are not generally included in div. WNW does not pay a dividend. DY, dividend yield. DI reflects dividend per share as a percent of price. WNW does not pay a dividend, so it does not have a dividend yield rating. DI equals 100x, div price. It is useful to compare DI with A. If DI is not significantly lower than A, the dividend payment may be in jeopardy. DS, dividend safety. DS is an indicator of the assurance that regular cash dividends will be declared and paid at current or at higher rates for the foreseeable future. WNW does not pay a dividend, so it does not have a dividend safety rating. Stocks with DS values above 75 typically have RS values well above 1.00 and A levels that are much higher than DI. DG, dividend growth rate. Dividend growth is a forecasted annual growth rate of a company's dividend based on historical dividend payments and dividend predictability. It is a subtle yet important indicator of a company's financial performance. It also provides some insight into the board's outlook on the company's ability to increase earnings. WNW does not pay a dividend, so it does not have a dividend growth rating. YSG vector. YSG is an indicator which combines DI, DS and DG into a single value and allows direct comparison of all dividend-paying stocks in the database. WNW does not pay a dividend, so it does not have a YSG rating. Stocks with the highest YSG values have the best combinations of dividend yield, safety and growth. These are the stocks to buy for somewhat above current income and long-term growth. AVVOL. AVVOL is the 50-day moving average of daily volume as computed by VectorVest. WNW has an AVVOL of 587,469 shares traded per day. Percent vol. Percent vol reflects the percent change in today's trading volume as compared to the AVVOL. Percent vol equals volume AVVOL, AVVOL 100. WNW had a percent vol of 3,541.28% on Friday, February 12, 2021. PRC. WNW price changed 102.33% from the prior day's closing price. Sales. WNW has annual sales of 10 million. Sales growth. Sales growth is the sales growth rate in percent over the last 12 months. WNW has a sales growth of 38.00% per year. This is excellent. Sales per share, SPS. WNW has annual sales of 41 cents per share. Price to sales ratio, PS. WNW has a PS of 79.29. Shares. WNW has 25 million shares of stock outstanding. Market capitalization. WNW has a market capitalization of $804 million. Business sector. WNW has been assigned to the internet business sector. VectorVest classifies stocks into over 200 industry groups and 40 business sectors. Industry group. WNW has been assigned to the internet, e-commerce, industry group. VectorVest classifies stocks into over 200 industry groups and 40 business sectors. Market momentum. Extreme greed. S&P 500 is 9.83% above its 125-day average. This is further above the average than has been typical during the last 2 years, and rapid increases like this often indicate extreme greed. Last changed February 3 from a greed rating updated February 9 at 5:02 p.m. Stock price strength. Greed number of stocks hitting 52-week highs exceeds the number hitting lows and is at the upper end of its range, indicating greed. Last changed February 2 from an extreme greed rating updated February 9 at 4:01 p.m. Stock price Brith Greed McClellan Volume Summation Index measures advancing and declining volume on the New York Stock Exchange. During the last month, approximately 16.26% more of each day's volume has traded in advancing issues than in declining issues, pushing this indicator towards the upper end of its range for the last 2 years. Last changed February 4 from a neutral rating updated February 9 at 4:06 p.m. Put and call options greed SmartText not available. Last changed Jan 14 from an extreme greed rating updated Jan 14 at 7 p.m. Junk bond demand. Greed investors in low-quality junk bonds are accepting 2.14 percentage points in additional yield over safer investment-grade corporate bonds. This spread is down from recent levels and indicates that investors are pursuing higher risk strategies. Last changed February 4 from a neutral rating updated February 8 at 7 p.m. Market volatility, neutral TCBOE volatility index, VIX, is at 21.63. This is a neutral reading and indicates that market risks appear low. Last changed February 1 from an extreme fear rating updated February 8 at 7 p.m. Safe haven demand. Fear stocks have outperformed bonds by 3.01 percentage points during the last 20 trading days. However, this is close to the weakest performance for stocks relative to bonds in the past 2 years and indicates investors are starting to flee risky stocks for the safety of bonds. Last